Hello everyone, Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another awesome day. You don't see me at the moment. I guess I could try to show you. Hey, there I am. Welcome everyone. I'm in Santa Clara at our office here with all the fanciness that goes on with the fancy background, the fancy lights and everything else. Kind of looks like dog doo-doo at the moment. I can't really help that because we, like I said, I need when we plug in and we do broadcasts, we have about 8 or 10 peripherals that are hooked up, cameras, box casts, control panel buttons, multiple headsets. It's just it's a mess and mayhem. So building the remote deployment, so when we deploy ourselves out of the office, we can take the laptop and do it successfully. So today we have Nick Hunter with us. Hopefully Nick is around. Nick, are you there somewhere? He is. Nick, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
All right, very exciting.
Yeah.
Why don't you show your screen and tell us what we're doing today? Very exciting.
Okay. So let's see. Where's my control? So I'm sharing my screen. So can you see my screen here?
Affirmative.
Okay. So today we are going to explore more about this tab navigation kind of a system with the slide control, and that was the topic today. So I'm going to go deeper a little bit on the explanation on this.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say, one of the things I want you to cover up front is that you really have tabs up here, right? These are tabs, but they're not really real tabs, right, Nick?
Yeah, no, they're not. So
okay.
So
you need to really address that, because I think that's a low-hanging fruit that we want to cover as part of this, because Claris didn't have real tabs until, in the scheme of 33 years of the product being around, till recently there have been real tabs. For years we had fake tabs. So I think we need to address that, because we still use these in Starting Point. In fact, most people still use them to some degree. So
yeah, but this are not fake anymore. They are half fake, half real. So let me explain. So we are going to cover many things. We are going to cover this, right? Those tabs here, and we are going to cover those. Okay. So there's two different tabs. We're not going to talk about the the legacy all tabs in FileMaker. Everybody knows. So those tabs here.
I understand, but we should just basically cover them, Nick. And the reason is that we say everyone knows about this, but this video is being recorded. There'll be some basic beginning people here who don't know that.
Okay, so I can address this.
So spend 5 minutes and explain the history here. And what that is, okay?
So before, in the past, we needed what's the name? We need to be innovative, and we needed to come with our own visual. We needed to have a Photoshop on the side and build our own active, inactive state tabs and stuff like that. That's what we had to do before. Or we had some library of objects that we could recycle, but it wasn't great, it wasn't easy and stuff like that. So FileMaker or / Claris, whatever, they made the thing a little bit easier for us. The last 2 or 3 release. First of all, they introduced this new tab navigation system here. This is interesting because it stays stuck there even if you scroll the string, right? So it's all about scrolling. There's the header, and now we have a new tab navigation. Before, the title header was the top of the hierarchy, right? Now we have the top navigation, and we have also the bottom navigation, which this is to address more about the mobile device navigation. On the mobile device, we have the navigation on the bottom. We don't have navigation on the top. If you open your iPhone and you go to the music app, you will see that you have tabs on the bottom. Why? It's because your thumb is on the bottom. Your thumb is always on the bottom because we have this home button, the physical home button. So they want everything to be on the bottom. On the Mac, on computer, we have more navigation on the top. Okay, so that's why we have the bottom and top navigation. So what this is for, it's the layout part that you can create here, and it has a different kind of style when you come with the theme, right? So you have a style here, the top navigation normal. This is it. If you go to the header, the top navigation normal state for the header is this, and then the body is no color whatsoever on the bottom. So when you create a new part with a top, it comes black like that with this what's the name, gradient. Okay, so then inside here you can place what we call a button bar. Button bar has multiple multiple purposes, and they can be used in multiple ways. That's why I'm going to explore. We are going to explore together the differences between this and this, even though, because those are button bars as well. This is button bar and this is button bar. So button bar, pretty much what it is an object. It's here. It's here, right? It's a button bar here. And when you select this and you create a button bar, you create multiple. You have 3 by default, but you can create more. You create buttons. They are tied together. Those are buttons, so you can have a different title, and you can have even icons. So you can have a title and the icon like this, for example. And for each button here, you can add whatever icon you want, right? And you can add this and this and this. And of course, you can add a text with the button bar. So you say, okay, that the dashboard, and this is editing, and this is new. Okay, so you can have different type, different style here, right? Different buttons, and but instead of having what's the name, 3 different buttons like that, and make them stick together, and stuff like that. Instead of having to do that manually, what you do, you select one, and each button here. So let's put the button here. This is one object. See, it's one object here, right? And you can see here on the tree here that we have 3 objects. You have a button bar, right? And we have 3 objects here. We have this one, the dashboard, the editing, and the new. Okay. Don't know why it's so slow suddenly. Okay. So we have those, and if you want to add a new one, let's say I want to add a new one between the second and the third. So I'm placing myself on the second, and I click plus. Now I have another one. See, I have another one. I have a whatever, whatever, and this is the icon. Okay. So now I have to make some more space because the button bar like that. So the advantage of the button bar is that you can present it horizontally or vertically. See, and that is important for the next the next thing in my presentation. So that's great because you have a vertical or horizontal presentation. The other good aspect of this is that they have naturally, the button bars, they have what we call an active and an inactive state. So active is like this, and inactive is like that. Of course, you can change the color. If you don't like the color, you can go to active and you say, hey, I want blue. Okay. So now you have inactive and active. So what that means, you select which one is active. If each one of those segments, you have 4 segments. We call that segment 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So each segment, which one you want to be active. Here, for example, I want the whatever to be active. Okay. So whatever is active, that means if I go browse mode, here it will show the whatever active. Okay. So here, whatever is active. So this is how the thing works. Also, something that nobody knows, and I'm going to show you that. Let's say you want to move the whatever that is in third position, you want to move in the second position. You want to move this here. There's no way we can do that. You can move that, but you see, yes, there is a way. You select this and you stay click, and then you move it.
Yeah. And then there was a question Ken asked, can you have different active colors?
No. Okay, yes. With the conditional formatting. So conditional formatting for each segment, you can add a conditional formatting, and you say this one you want yellow, this one you want so depending on which condition you put, I put one as a condition to make the thing happen. This one you want to be this color with the text white, and the icon, you can even change the color of the icon. Okay, so here how it looks now. So you have different colors. So using the conditional formatting, so it can be static color, like for example here, see the yellow is hard to read. So for the yellow here, you go conditional formatting and you say, hey, I want the text to be white, black, and I also want the color to be black, right? So so here, see, so now you have a kind of different colors. So yeah, the active state is not something, is not coloring, is not coloring. The active state here, so let's remove those conditional. The active state is because you want to see which one is active when you press it. So let me demonstrate here an active, inactive. Because you can define the active, inactive states by calculation. So let's say you see when I click here, you see it changed the active color. It changed the active, but you don't need the conditional formatting to do that. You just say, this is inactive. The inactive, I have the text is gray, right? There's no, the text, hold on. The text is gray. See, it's gray like that. The icon on the inactive is, there's no color on the icon because there's no icon, but so the segment is inactive, is gray on the background and dark gray for the color for the font. The active state, it's white background and red color for the text. You don't need to do the conditional formatting for that. You use, because otherwise it will be completely very, very complicated. So you use the active state here. So the active state here. So when the button is active, automatically the state changes. You don't need the conditional formatting for that. So now, how do you make the what's the name? How do you make the active state by calculation? You double click here and you say active segment. So you can select whatever section 1, 2, or 3. That's static. This is hard coded. This means it will be this one active all the time. Okay. Or you can specify by calculation, and this is my calculation. Okay. If it's empty 1, if it's empty this, put this, otherwise put this. This is what I want to do. Okay. So I'm not going to, this is not a course on the bottom bar. We can have a course on this because there's a lot of things to do here. I don't want to talk too much about this, but the bottom bar is whatever you need to do what we want to achieve. So what do we want to achieve? Here we have this button bar here. So now we know button bar, how it works. Okay. Now we have button bar here, and I say, okay, it's the same button bar. So here the button bar, I have a button say go to layout, simple objects, go to layouts, large objects, and go to layout, complex layouts. Okay. So this is those are going to layouts, right? So pretty much what they do, they go to layout. What they go, see the layout change here, large object, simple object, and complex layout, right? So it's just go to layout, right? So, and the active state, I say, okay, when I am in a simple, so all this button here, see this button here is the same button I put on all objects, all layouts. They have this. See, all layout, they have the same object here at the same space, the same place. So what happened is I say, okay, here I am in a simple object layout. So I want this one to be the active segment. Now, after that, I say, okay, when I land in the large object layout, I want this one to be active. And when I am in the complex layout, I want this one to be active. So pretty much you copy paste the same objects and you define which active object you want to have on a given layout. This is how we do that, the navigation here. Of course, here the problem on this, and you got it very easily. Let's say I have 10 layouts, right? And 10 buttons here. And I'm adding a new button here. What I have to do, I need to go and add the new button to the 10 layouts. I need to add the new button. Let's say I'm adding a new button here. I'm adding something new, new layout, okay? And I have this now. So, and I'm making that a little bit bigger. So now you can see, if I go here, I don't have the new layout here because I didn't create it. So it's not auto spreading across the layout. So you need to do manually, okay? So that's why, okay, this style of navigation must be used only for small amount of tabs. If you have 200 tabs here, this is a nightmare. Don't use that technique. That is for simple 5, 6, let's say less than 10 navigation. After 10 navigation, this is not a good technique anymore. Okay, so there's other technique we can talk about this, but this is how it works. So I have a trick. I can tell you the trick. Let's say I have a new layout here. Let's create a new layout. Okay, new layout. Okay, and so this is my trick. Okay, I have the new layout. Let's put here. Okay, this is my trick. I'm going to the first layout and I create the button here. I have a new layout here, and I said script step. Okay, go to layout, and I want to go to the layout, new layout. Okay, so this is what it's doing. Okay, so what I'm doing, first of all, I'm making sure that in the new layout I have all the paths that I need. Okay, so I'm going to the wait, where's path layout? Oh, I'm not in layout mode. Okay, so I'm going here in path layout, path setup. Okay, and I'm adding my top navigation, right? And the eighths of the top navigation is 50, and this one is 60. Okay, so 50, 50, and 60. See, when you add a new top navigation, it comes with the color automatically, depending on because the theme is set up that way. Okay, so what I'm done here, I have a button here ready, right? This button is ready, is working. This one go to new layout. This goes to the complex layout. This go to the large object. This one and this one goes to the home. And this one is an independent button. It's a single button on the side. So I'm selecting this object, right? And I paste here. I go to this layout here. I delete this one. I paste this. I'm going to this one. I delete this. I paste it. And I'm going to see, I'm here, I'm good. So now I did that. So this one, let's close this. So this one now, I'm saying I want the simple object active. On this one, I want the complex layout active. You know, on this, the large layout, complex, oh yeah. So the name doesn't match, but you got the point. Complex layout here, I want this one to be active. And on the new layout, I want the new layout to be active. Okay, new layout. So now, see, in a matter of seconds, I have a brand new navigation that works perfectly. Okay, so that, and can you imagine if you had to deal with the button and different objects here that I want to show to the people is that, first of all, as you can see, you can reorganize the object the way you want. Also, what you can do, you can hide, and look how it works. You can hide a button with the hide object calculation. Let's say you have a condition where you don't want to see that button. Okay, you don't want to see. You have the condition on. You don't want to see. You don't want to see complex layouts. You have a condition here, and for example, this user, you say, okay, this user that is logged in right now, I don't want him to see the complex layout. I don't want, because let's say he doesn't have the privileges to do that. So you have you have a calculation here that says you hide that segment. So when you go browse mode, automatically it reflows. See, it reflows automatically, right? And the object's not there anymore. And if you want the object back, if the conditions say, okay, yeah, the guy can see it, bam, it's automatically back, right? So, and it reflows the size of the buttons as well. So you don't see a gap between. If you do that with static buttons, you have gaps. Of course, this here is moving with this anchor system. That means you can make it stretch a little bit more. See, it's stretched. You see, it's stretched like that, like this one. See, this one here. So this is pretty cool. It's pretty advanced. It's pretty simple to use, but advanced in the same time, right? Let's switch to something more crusty. Okay, this is kind of I understand. It's okay. Yeah, we know that. So what I want to show you now is why button bars must become your best friend right now. Okay, because yes, we have those tabs, which are extremely limited and cumbersome to use. Let's face it. There's no way you can add an icon on the name. There's no way you can have action on the size and on the look of those tabs the way we do with button bars. Okay.
Canberra says, I don't see the need for tabs anymore, right? So relative to your conversation.
Canberra offices, yeah. So that means, yeah, I'm not using that. I'm not using that object at all anymore. I don't, because I want to show how easy it is to reuse those things and copy them over and over and over and have them embedded and stuff like that. What I want to show people, okay, is look the man. I don't know if people were there in the 90s using Microsoft product, because Microsoft, they love that. So it's this, they love this so much. So they have here, they have this, right? And then they have this, they have embedded like that, tabs like that, say blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you guys remember the Windows setting, and I think it's still there a little bit, those nested tabs like that, which is a nightmare to use, to be honest. Okay.
Okay. So a couple things came up here. So I want to a couple questions. I want to ask. And so Ed Burkle said, "Can you use button bar hack to create a look-like tab?" And so we've covered that in videos and other live streams. I don't know that we want to really cover it today, but yes, you take the button bar and you combine it with a slide control.
But it's not a hack because it has been invented by myself that way. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not a hack.
We officially complains it's not a hack.
The problem is, okay, I want to be clear here because it's important. The discussion at FileMaker was, how can we revamp that? How can we make that with icons? How we can make that to be flexible and to be like, how we can make that happening? There's no way we can do anything with that. Okay, so that is the old code. That will never be changed since FileMaker 6 didn't get any enhancements, and this is there because it's legacy. So the idea was, let's build multiple objects, and you can build a new feature out of this. Okay, so it's this is what this, that's why it works so well. That's why we have all those functions that was necessary, like the definition of the active segment by calculation. Otherwise, you cannot do it. You know, you cannot sync those two together if you don't have by calculation. So, and I want to show that if I can make it. So see the slide. I'm sliding with my because you can do that with gesture, right? With gesture. Absolutely. Here, you see, you can slide in the slide control, and you see the button bar follows because they are interconnected together, right? So and you can do that with a tab control. You can add. You cannot do this with a tab control. So that's what I want to show the people. Okay. Remember my example of what I was showing, the nested tabs and stuff like that. You know, nested tabs. Can you imagine how many tabs I have here? I have one tab here. Then I have another one here. Then I have another one here. But they don't look nested tabs. They don't look at this stuff here. You know, they don't look like this. Oh, where is my stuff here? Layer 22. They don't look like this. Can you imagine if it was looking like this? Okay. No, it looks like I have picture, I have an icon with different treatment, and they change the color when they are active, and then I have this caret kind of the thing that show you where you are. Okay, so I'm sorry about it. You know, try to do that with a tab control like this one, and you know, try to do with this. Good luck. Good luck. You cannot do it. So because they weren't meant for that, and they're all you know. So this is what I was saying. Here I have 1, 2, and 3 tab nested, and it doesn't look like a nested tab. You're not lost in the dark, not knowing what to do here. So this is what I want to show. I have another example of how to use an advanced kind of navigation. Let me. This is a file I built, and this is the early stage of the file. So I want to try to educate people here. We need to stop thinking, oh, object for an object. No. An object has a mean. An object tells a story to your user. Otherwise, you have a super Excel file. You don't have an application. We are talking about how we can bring a level of visual that can automatically, you know, as you can see here, there's a lot of things going on here. And you have a clear vision of what happened here. So I am in this project here, obviously. This is about this project, obviously. And then here I have selected a different thing here, right? And I have this caret thing here. That means I am in overview, and I'm showing you this block here belongs to overview, which belongs to that project. Visually, you connect the dots, and that's the problem with most of the UI people. You don't connect the dots, so people are constantly lost. So here you convey kind of a story. You come from here and you go there, you know. So I'm telling you where you go. And when you are in estimates, because this is slide control too. This is a button bar. This is a button bar. This is a button bar, right? And this is also a button bar, right? So so you see how many nested environment I have. This is how it looks. So see here, you have the main button bar here. This is the main button bar. That's the main button bar. So you have a button bar here. This is a button bar, and that the slide control that belongs to this one. Okay. So you have a slide control here, and you can see how I'm using this technique here because before people need to know, before we didn't have the object tree. I'm going to come to the object tree right now. It's very important. I'm going to explain the object tree. But how it works, this button here has a script that says, if he wants to, don't know why, is when I script, okay. That say go to slide 1. Okay, so pretty much go to slide 1. Slide 1 is there. This is slide, okay, this is slide 1. Okay. This is slide 1. Okay, this is the slide number 1. See? So the object tree here is great because you can have a nice visual of what's happening here. You see here, you have a slide control. So this is a slide control, okay? In the slide control, you have different slides. You have 12 slides actually. And if you double click here, you can see 12 slides, okay? Slide number 1 is empty. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, they are empty. Why? Because I don't have this. This one is not empty. This one I have something here. This one empty because I don't have the caret here. I don't have the arrow. Here I have it. You know, I have the handle, and I can deploy this. So you can see here now. So I'm in slide number 2. That I can rename the slide by here, by the way. I don't need to go to the name here with the object tree. We could have a topic about the object tree, but object tree very important here because I can navigate through slides, okay, very easily, right? So if I want to navigate through slide, I can go here. And you can see here within the slide number 2, I have another slide. Okay. And within this slide, okay, I have another slide as well. And within this one, I have a bunch of what's the name? Things here. Okay, I have this navigation here. So I have 1, 2, and 3 levels of slides embedded, which is pretty much what I show here. That's the first level, that's the second level, okay, and that's the third level. Okay, so how I recognize myself? Well, I came with a method here in order to make sure that, first of all, make sure that I can reuse, copy, paste the elements from layout to layout and even from solution to solution. I'm going to show you right now. I can copy, my stuff from solution to solution and without to redo anything. Okay, so, and also how I can retrieve my babies, how I can position and how I can make sure I know where I am. So this slide here, the main slide here, you see, I call it slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here within the slide number 2, I have another slide control. Okay. And here I start to call them slide 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and 2.4. Within the slide 2.1, I have another slide and I call 2.1.1, 2.1.2, 2.1.3, 2.1.4. So I know by this name that this slide here is the first slide of a slide that is inside the slide number 2.1, which inside the slide number 2. The name is giving me where I am positioned. And because I don't try to name the thing for what they are, because obviously here I'm talking about overview, I'm talking about estimates, but if I'm copying this to another solution where I don't have overview, I don't have estimates, okay, I need to rename all the thing all the time. This is difficult, this is cumbersome. No, just keep the name, slide 2, slide 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. You don't need to name the slide by what they are, okay? Because when you navigate into your layout, you know what they are. Visually, you can see them, okay? So you don't need to name them, okay? Other big thing on the slide control thing is, oh, by the way, oh, I want the slide number 211. Okay, he's here. The slide. I want the slide 212. Okay, it's here. See, clock. 213. It's here. So you can navigate, you can search, then you can even filter. You can say, okay, I want only the panel controls. Okay, panel control that includes slides and tab control. Okay, so proof of it. Okay, that the slide control has been created, invented, and imagined to be a tab control replacement. Why FileMaker put that together if it's not to mince the same thing, right? You understand here? That's why it's not, I'm the first saying, okay, hey, this is a hack, but this is not, because if we keep saying this is a hack, people say, no, I'm not using a hack. So we deprive people of a great feature of FileMaker just because we don't call the thing the right way. See here, it is mixed together. They are brought together, belong tab and slide. That means, and the button bar, it's the remote control. It's the remote control of the slide. So no, it's not a hack. Yes, it has been invented that way. Okay. And I have I hold 2 patents on this. So I can tell you this is not a hack.
Okay, so there are 2 questions going right now. Well, let me just cover the one first, so that'll be easier probably. So Dan Rosenstein's talking about, that's beautiful. The problem is the maintenance. He's on Twitch. The maintenance is kind of probably a problem with this, and I don't know that the maintenance is a problem. Other than, I think if you're, I think Dan was talking about doing it dynamically, so you can feed it dynamic data, which is a whole level, not this conversation, it's a whole level above what we're doing here. But because what people want to do is they build some stuff, they copy paste it different places, and they want it like they're working on 20 different projects. A lot of people here.
Yeah, so I'm going to, new file, blank, new, brand new, never existed, brand new, okay, brand new, okay, never existed. The file never existed. Okay, it's here. Okay, I have a blank layout. Okay, no cheating here. What do I need? Okay, simple. I need 2 scripts because there's scripts attached to this. So I need slide navigation. This one I have 2, one with animation, one without animation. So I copy those 2 scripts into my brand new script file. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and now what I need to copy those. Okay, so let's say I'm going to copy this. Okay. Let me copy let me do something else here. This one too big, and it is too let me copy from the downtown stuff. So let me reverse this, but I don't know if the name of the script are the same. So let's go to the downtown. Where's the downtown? Okay, here, window downtown. See, yeah, okay, here. So in the downtown here, we need those 2 scripts here. Where's the scripts? Slide navigation parameter. Okay, and let's copy those panel switch and to avoid any problem. So I've copied those scripts here. I'm going to my brand new file. Is in 819. Okay, where's my brand new file? Sorry, I have so many windows here. Where's my brand new file? Huh. So it's in 18. Oh, here. Okay. I copy those. Now I'm going to downtown again. And I copy. Oh, sorry for that. And I'm copying the objects. This one. Okay. I copy this. And I paste it. Okay, of course, those table doesn't work and stuff like that, but this works.
Yeah. I think there's kind of a miscue. I kind of explained this, but Dan was pointing this out that that he wants to he tries to make it more dynamic. But there's always
You can't.
well, there are levels of additional dynamic stuff you can do with naming. The rub is with this, and this is a broader issue, is that this becomes a training issue. So the training that we do here is anywhere between beginning. I have some people here who've been using FileMaker for 6 months. We have people who have been using FileMaker like Dan probably for many years.
Yeah.
And so how you address and how you attack a problem will vary with your level of experience.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm showing how. I'm answering the question. When you have dynamic data, you don't need buttons. You don't need tabs. Because if you have 2 million records, you want 2 million tabs? No. So you want something dynamic like that. So you use portals as buttons. Okay, so this is another story. This is completely another different kind of technique here.
I know it's easy to get you sidetracked, Nick. I'm not trying to go down that road. This is a broader conversation, right? The broader conversation, for those of you who understand about how this stuff works, I'm going to go ahead and drop briefly out of this here. The broader conversation about this is that there are brand new people, and when they build stuff, they're going to hard code the buttons. They're not going to dynamically make the dynamic labels and stuff. I have a couple people who literally lost their shit over a couple of years because I refused to take FM starting point and make all the buttons dynamically changing, so they could go into the preference screen, make a couple changes, and it would make their deployment for their customers much easier. The product was partly about building a CRM and partly about training. Training is a big part of it. And when we're training people from the beginning, adding a level of dynamic naming to a button so the button looks different between browse mode and layout mode causes additional cognitive dissonance a little bit in their brain. They're trying to keep up with that. And so as a training exercise, Dan's talking about decidedly what I would call an advanced topic. It's when you see the diagram that we normally have. We have beginning, intermediate, advanced, and this is definitely an advanced topic. And it also gets into subjective areas where some developers like some things. It's like, anchor buoy versus selector connector versus whatever else. And you're a 20-year developer and you have all this experience, and you're going to argue up one way and down the other about which way is the best. At the training level, it's easy because there are things that are easy to understand in training and things that are not, and the goal is not to make them excessively nuts.
Yeah. So this is a different topic. You can do it. This is a button bar. You can go here, value list, and you say you want to say hello here, and you say you want to say active, for example, and you click OK in the value list, and then the button bar follows active. So there's multiple ways to do things. But the purpose here, it was more on the design side than the technical side. The design side is that, I'm sorry to say, but this looks better with the icon and stuff like that, and the text underneath the icon. This looks 100 times better than any tab control out of the box from FileMaker. Okay,
that's correct.
That just and also it's impossible to have a vertical button bar with tab control. It's not possible to have vertical ones. So the discussion is closed here, because if you want to do something like that, which looks great, right? You cannot do it with tab control. So tab control is out of the game because you cannot do this. And we have to admit this looks good. But if you have dynamic changing data in a button, this looks like a button, but they are not. Those are not a button. Those are tab. So this is a different topic. You're right, Richard, on this. This is a different topic.
Yeah, it's a really different topic. Hang on. Well, you want to demonstrate, but you got to take questions, right? You're not done with questions, homie. You go back to Discord. You're going to have to unwind yourself for about 15 minutes here because you kept talking. And so David Angel had a question. He said, can I save top navigation style? I'm going to read what he said. Can I save a top navigation style that contains buttons, text, and buttons?
No.
Okay. And he clarification.
Yes. Okay. You need to know how the theme are working. Okay. Let me show you some advanced themes technique here. let's say I'm putting a text here in the header, okay, and I'm saying text, okay, but this is not a good example. So I click here. You see, I click here and I say text here. Yeah, but it doesn't come. I need to come with what's the name? I need to come with a new layout with a theme that is not mine. Let's say this FileMaker one. So here I have a header here. So if I'm typing a text here, I have this. If I type a text here, I have this. Two different style because it comes from two different parts. So it originates from two different parts. So if I create a new tab navigation here, top navigation here, and if I create I type something here, it's different. So this one different, this one different, this one different. So the answer is yes, you can do it. You need to all those when you start with a FileMaker, kind of default theme, you start with one. Don't delete those, with the dots. Each one that has a dots, they are tied to our part. Grand summary, sub summary, navigation part. So if I'm adding here, I'm adding a leading grand summary, and I'm typing a text here, it will be different. So it's a leading grand summary text. This is header text. So the answer is yes. You can have also a button bar for the top, for the top navigation, and you can have a different button bar. Yeah, they have two different ones. They have for the body, they have one for the body. So they have two. See, when you go here, you have the body button bar here, and you have the default button bar, right? So the answer is yes, you can doing things like that. So when you see those style, don't delete them because they are tied to, and you cannot put them back. When they are deleted, they're gone. Okay, so you can. So that's something was cool to mention. So you have another question?
No, it's just trying to keep the. Everyone has a different interest in this, and they're kind of. So I'm trying to herd the conversation, herd the questions a little bit.
The problem is, always the problem is to address what you want to do with the. I'm extremely picky with the visual because that makes a solution enjoyable to use or painful to use. Okay, so when somebody comes to when somebody use my stuff and tell me, say, Nick, it's a pleasure to use your stuff. I'm happy. That makes my day. When somebody said, you know what, oh my God, every morning I don't even want to go to work because your stuff sucks so much. So
oh no. Yeah.
The second option never happened. So yes, the answer is simple. Do you want a quick and dirty job? Yeah, you go layout mode, tab control, that's it, bam, bam, gone, done, ready, bam. This is the easy stuff. But now, if you want to do something better, I don't know if you notice here, but in my tab control here, if I go to my style here, I have alternate style control one. So you see, I have different colors here for that. I have different style, right? And if you go to my latest where is the window? Okay. Okay, here my latest, here this one. So if I go to this one here, and I'm selecting the tab here, and see how many I have. Button bar 1, 2, 3, 4. I have toggle because I have different button bar. Because this one, for example, I can turn it in multiple things. So I can. This is button bar 1. So there's another style here. There's another style here. There's another style here, and then I have another style. I have toggles like this. So this is kind of like a Google-like toggle. See, it shows. Hold on. It shows the you know the bar when he wants to validate this. Okay, here. See, it shows the underline. See, like this. So I have one here. So you can change the different kind of style here. So let me show you the difference here, because when you navigate, it is important to let's go to another layout here that will make will make my point better. So if I'm going to site here, let's go there and let's go to site. Okay. So here, see what I want to convey is this here it's a portal. Okay. So but I have one button bar here, right? One button bar that looks one way, okay, with an icon and stuff like that. I have another button bar that looks different way, and I have another button bar that looks like this, and then I have another button bar that looks like this, and then inside I have another button bar that looks with the accordion style. So if you want to use the accordion and you don't want to learn the combination of slide control with button bar, you can just use this. This is awesome. The accordion style tab. So can you imagine here how pleasant, how easy to understand? See how the visual is connected together. Visually, you have all the dots connected. You have a lot of things going on, but you're not lost. You're not lost. There's many things, but you're not lost. You know you're in section. You know you're in detail, and you know you're in components.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So visually, it's important, right? So if you want to achieve that level, you need to learn slide controls. By the way, we forgot about this. If you want to learn about the slide control, you have two files. You have the Red Downtown that is free to download, and you have the FM Launchpad as well, which is a subset of this advanced what's the name file here, and then you learn about those. You can have all of those things you see under those nice looking kind of a tab here, and see you have all those in the FM Launchpad file. So you can learn how to do that very easily. It's just something to get. It's very, very easy.
We're gonna cut you loose. All I have to do is magically find the closing music and then run that. Oh, there it is. Yay!
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected. The quarterback, great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.